Let's talk more about tonight, the season, and more. Joining us is Mike Tirico, live in Philadelphia, head of tonight's big game, doing play-by-play for NBC tonight, Sunday Night Football, the Super Bowl, and so much more. Mike, great to have you on. Thanks for joining us.
Good to see you, Brian. It's been 7 months, so some of us have been counting down every day. I'm just glad everyone is with us on the countdown tonight.
Yeah, but you haven't been taking 7 months off. I see you everywhere, which is amazing. You are in Philadelphia tonight. All right, first off tonight, Eagles coming off the championship. Dallas, some people say in disarray. What is going to be the big storyline tonight?
All right, the Dallas disarray thing is being overblown a bit. We were down in Dallas on Monday, watched the Cowboys practice, talked to Brian Schottenheimer, their new head coach, to CeeDee Lamb and to Dak Prescott, George Pickens, the new wide receiver. They're not in disarray. The Micah Parsons trade is big news. Sometimes when you have a trade like that and a big name personality, one of the best pass rushers in the league leaves the building, it can have everybody down. We were in the building. It's not down. They're positive. That doesn't mean they're not going to miss Micah Parsons, but this team was very poor against the run. They feel like the guy they got in the trade from Green Bay, Kenny Clark, will help them in the run defense. They don't have that edge rusher. They feel a group of guys will have to be there to create pressure. But if this team is going to win, I think Brian is scoring points. And they've got a chance on offense with their additions there. If they can protect Dak and he can stay healthy, they have a chance to score some points.
Yeah, some people
end this season.
Some people saw that trade as them kind of giving up. I think we got Jerry Jones, by the way, on CNBC in a couple of hours today. As a Packers guy, I like the trade. I'm terrified, Mike, to get my hopes up too much. Jordan Love, he's still young. Are the Packers for real? I mean, do they have a shot here?
Of course. I mean, the odds makers have added Green Bay to that little velvet rope club inside the velvet ropes of the teams that people think can be in the Super Bowl, along with Detroit and Philadelphia in the NFC. I would include Tampa and Washington and the Rams in that group as well. And in the AFC, the usual suspects of Kansas City, Baltimore, and Buffalo are the ones getting the most attention. And there are others on the fringe of that. But I would say this, Green Bay, this trade could work out for both teams. What Jerry Jones essentially has done with the Cowboys is instead of all the money into three guys, which would be Prescott, the wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, and the edge rusher, Micah Parsons, the Micah money gets spread out, allows them to keep 5 or 6 other players, extending contracts of good young players, and build with the draft and the couple of extra first-round picks for in the next 2 years. For Green Bay, just think of the history. When they've added a big-name veteran free agent, it's been very rare. It's been Reggie White. It's been Charles Woodson. The Packers have been successful. I think their offense is good enough and can get even better this year. So it is possible that the trade works out for both sides. The one thing I can guarantee you is nobody's going to know for not just a couple of months, but probably a couple of years to see if this trade was right for both or wrong for one.
Yeah. No matter what happens tonight, let's say the Eagles win. It's a pretty big spread. I think Dallas covers, but I think the Eagles win. Jerry Jones can sit in that owner's box.
Are you giving picks now?
Why not?
Giving NFL picks?
Why? I'll do it.
Do I have to do stock picks? No, go ahead. Okay, I like it.
You don't want.
I like it.
I'm not giving stock picks. I will save that for Kramer and others.
There you go.
I'm not afraid to give the game picks. That said, no matter, let's say the Cowboys lose tonight, Jerry Jones can still sit in that owner's box because CNBC valuations came out this morning, Mike, and could say, my team is worth $12.5 billion, $4 billion more than the Eagles. Are you shocked that what did Jones pay for the Cowboys 30 years ago?
Yeah, it was right around $160 million. I'm not shocked at all. The way we've seen valuations go up around sports, the valuation we saw with the sale of the Washington Commanders gave you a hint. And then what we saw with the sale of the Celtics and then the purchase of the Lakers have just shown you the value of these flagship franchises, and I like to call them flagship franchises in sport. And why do they become such? Well, there's usually a direct correlation of a stretch of success and a time where they dominated the national TV schedule. And through the 90s, Dallas was dominant along with great personalities. And the Cowboys had a big brand before that. It just elevated that brand. And anyone who's watched the Netflix series on the Cowboys, you see a little bit of those personalities. 30 years later, they still make you smile and laugh. And Jerry has always gone for the big headline, the big sale. The Cowboys are a constant in the news, and that has kept their fans engaged. Sometimes their fans get upset, but they're incredibly loyal and passionate. And I would say this is 20 some odd years of me covering the NFL on the road, many weeks of that 20 years
Yeah.
during the season. I'd say Pittsburgh and Dallas are the two teams that travel. When you go, their fans are in the road stadium supporting the Cowboys and the Steelers at a higher level than any other team. So they're a national brand.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised with the valuation.